Just when it seemed as though Anora had lost ground in the Best Picture race, it's now re-emerged as the Oscars 2025 frontrunner at the perfect time. Sean Baker's movie was pinpointed as an expected awards contender from the moment it debuted at the Cannes Film Festival. The movie immediately earned rave reviews and was even awarded the festival's top prize, the Palme d'Or. Despite the strong early success, Anora's shutout at the Golden Globes as The Brutalist and Emilia Perez gained steam created a sense that the movie had faded as the Oscars 2025 predicted Best Picture winner. That left Anora to look like the movie that peaked way too early in award season, while The Brutalist, Emilia Perez, and even A Complete Unknown found more traction following the Oscars 2025 nominations. Anora performed admirably, getting its expected 6 nominations in widely predicted categories. This helped keep hope alive that the film could win Best Picture if award season broke its way from that point on. And with The Brutalist and Emilia Perez headlining the 2025 Oscars' biggest controversies, Anora just needed a strong showing somewhere to flip the narrative. That happened over the weekend. Anora won the top prize at PGA and Critics' Choice. PGA is a massive Oscars precursor. Arnie and Ivan celebrating their marriage in Vegas in Anora. The best-case scenario for Anora over the weekend played out thanks to the PGA Awards, Producers Guild of America Awards, and the Critics' Choice Awards. Critics' Choice came first and gave Anora the Best Picture win on Friday night. While the Critics' Choice voters have no overlap with the Oscars, it's still a moment to gain votes with a strong performance. The following night, the PGA Awards ceremony selected it as the winner of the top prize, the Darryl F. Zanuck Award for Outstanding Producer of Theatrical Motion Pictures. That's more significant, given the PGA and Oscars overlap. Anora is now the 36th winner of the PGA's version of Best Picture. The voting body consists of over 8,000 producers, and many are Academy members eligible to vote on the Oscars. That helps explain the incredible track record that this award has with Best Picture. The Oscars' Best Picture winner has matched with the PGA's Outstanding Producer Award 24 out of 35 times overall. The track record is even better more recently, as 12 of the last 15 Best Picture winners also won at PGA. The exceptions are 1917, 2019, La La Land, 2016, and The Big Short, 2015. This provides a major boost to Anora as a Best Picture contender, especially as some of its competitors falter. The movie was already thought to make up some ground on The Brutalist or Emilia Perez thanks to the Oscars preferential ballot used for Best Picture, which could hurt two more divisive films. Anora is more of a crowd pleaser that could appeal to most voters and put it high on the weighted ballot, even if it isn't at the very top. Anora winning at PGA is notable for the film itself, but it also helps that it beat The Brutalist and Emilia Perez to do so. Those films won the top prizes at the Golden Globes, which has an international voting body. With the Academy significantly diversifying its members in recent years and expanding with more international voters, there was an argument to be made that The Brutalist and Emilia Perez were bigger hits abroad than Anora. The PGAs could have continued that momentum and given either a stronghold over Best Picture. Instead, Anora solidified a spot as a legitimate contender. Sean Baker DGA win is another huge boost for Anora's Best Picture Oscar chances. Sean Baker becomes the Best Director Oscars frontrunner. Ivan, Mark Eidelstein, and Arnie, Mikey Madison, looking at each other lovingly in ANORA image via neon. Right before Anora won at PGA, Sean Baker celebrated a victory at the DGA Awards, Directors Guild of America Awards. His peers selected him as the DGA Best Director winner. That's a significant development for the Oscars 2025 Best Director race, as the DGA and Oscars winners have matched every year except for 8 times. Baker suddenly becomes the favorite to win Best Director at the Oscars thanks to this outcome. Winning Best Director is often a strong indicator as to what movie is going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. The Best Director Oscar winner has come from the Best Picture winner 69 times in the previous 96 years. Narrowing that scope down to more relevant times, the Best Director and Best Picture Oscar winners still align 15 times in the last 24 years. It's also matched 4 of the last 5 years. That means nearly 2/3 of the movies that win Best Director go on to win Best Picture. If Sean Baker goes on to win Best Director at the Oscars, there is an even greater chance that Anora wins Best Picture. Although Baker is deserving of his nomination and potential win as a director, he was previously considered more of a second-tier contender in the category. The potential of him now winning Best Director would signal that the love for Anora in the Academy is accurate and would strongly signal that its name could be called for Best Picture. Anora's award season surge comes right as Oscar voting is about to begin. Oscars voting kicks off on February 11th. Mikey Madison in Anora and Oscars statues custom image by Anna Nieves. Anora's new wins at Critics' Choice, PGA, and DGA are significant not only historically but also in terms of timing of recognition, which should also work in the film's favor. The movie has been looking for a chance to pop again in the awards conversation after having so much acclaim early on. Winning at Critics' Choice, PGA, and DGA give it that opportunity, with Sean Baker able to deliver multiple acceptance speeches that could get Oscar voters to think about Anora more. That's important since these victories come days before Oscar voting officially begins. Academy members are able to start voting for winners in all Oscars 2025 categories on February 11, 2025. Final ballots are due a week later on February 18. Anora has now surged at the best possible time then. It is the movie that three of the final precursors recognized in the most significant categories. WGA and BAFTA will still name their winners during the Oscar voting period, so the results of both ceremonies could bring some voters to reconsider their ballots before everything is finalized. Anora has a chance to further strengthen its Best Picture frontrunner status through WGA and BAFTA. It has 7 BAFTA nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director, so wins in both categories would be huge. However, the BAFTAs also tend to favor British films, which is why there is some thought that Conclave could win. Anora is only one of 2 Oscar nominees for Best Original Screenplay to earn a nomination in the same category at WGA. If it wins there and beats A Real Pain, momentum will continue in its favor. It's worth noting that Anora winning at WGA could also boost its Best Picture contention status. The Original Screenplay Oscar has gone to a WGA nominee 32 times in the last 40 years. The WGA winner then won the Oscar in 24 of those 32 instances. 7 movies won Original Screenplay at WGA and the Oscars and also won Best Picture. Those odds aren't incredible, but another win for Anora at WGA would still keep the film at the forefront of voters' minds at the most important time. Anora is the clear frontrunner to win Best Picture at the Oscars now. But will it maintain its new status?